Hello. How are we feeling? I don't know how to start off this. Like, I have zero clue. I just said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. I have no idea what I want to talk about. I'm doing fairly well. Just finishing up a few things on another project, and then that project should update tomorrow, so there should be a build for that, and then I'm going to move over and work on the rest of FNaF World Update 3 with Bon. So, oh, also, I don't know if anyone paid any attention. I did update CCN, but it was mostly to fix a weird bug, but it was also because I overlooked it. Is it good? Will there be any references to your other creations and stuff? In FNaF World Update 3? No. No. No, we're strictly... What? Maybe. Kinda. CCN, no. You won't see stuff for CCN. Yo, what's up? I love the name. Lolbit lol. So awesome. You know, honestly, I was partially worried that this would not be shown, on anybody's, homepage at all. So, I'm like, it's amazing. Speaking of which, this is a FNaF World, Q&A stream. You were camping here for 2 hours. That's crazy, bro. But regarding your question, CCN, no. Candy's Cups tonight will not have any reference. And the community mod, maybe to an extent, but it's not a huge acknowledgement, other than maybe you'll see certain characters from it. That's about it, though. But before we start, there's one specific screenshot that I want to show, and I don't know if this lol person is here. I don't know if, I mean, since you're a fan of lolbit, or you have well, I'm gonna say fan of lolbit because that's the best I can think of that comes to my mind. Let me find it. Let's see, do I have it? I think that's it, right? Trying to make sure I'm not showing anything that I shouldn't show yet. So I'm just making sure. Yeah, this should be good. Ta-da. Your first screenshot. Taking the breather. I'll probably post it on Twitter anyways, but this was something I really wanted to show. I could probably tell you where we found the models. Let me go over to Twitter and I can link his page. Oh, yay. Amazing. Notifications. I love being harassed. I'm gonna send this because this is kind of where we got it. Just go to his link. He has an entire FNaF World pack ready to go, and it was that's kind of what we used because it just looked better than some of the ones that I've seen. And it's probably just it's super exciting. Let me see if I have one of Nightmare Mangle. Because Nightmare Mangle is my favorite. Like, in terms of design. I don't have one of Nightmare Mangle. Do I have the video for Nightmare Mangle? Let me see. I swear I had it. Oh, I do have one. I have the video for Nightmare Mangle. Oh. I'm tempting to show it, but I mean, you could probably see it on YouTube anyways. It's hard to decide. Okay, so tell you what, I'm gonna pause this. I don't know if anyone else, like, I don't know if anybody bothered to go watch the other ones. Like, I don't blame them. The Nightmare Mangle one was supposed to be shown on stream, but it didn't. It happened. So if you haven't seen it, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'll show it here anyways, because it's one of the coolest things. Let me grab it. And enjoy. Yeah, we're slowly cooking in the kitchen. I guess I could tell you how you can get Nightmare Mangle. I'm determined if I should. What spin-offs? I'm very curious, like, what spin-offs? Are we gonna make one for her? Is what you're asking? No. If you paid attention to what she said, you have to get a piece of her code from every single game. Essentially meaning, a way to unlock Nightmare Mangle, you have to play every minigame once. We were going to do it to where you have to, like, get every single character. But I think doing every single minigame at least once is good enough. Because Chica's Magic Rainbow. So it's like grabbing, like, a piece of her each time you go into a different minigame. But I didn't want people to suffer with Chica's Magic Rainbow, so we just decided against, like, making you earn every character. What's your favorite part of making the fan game? I mean, yeah, Chica's Magic Rainbow triggers me. Yeah, I agree. I've seen people suffer with it, especially the testers who had to test it to make sure it worked. But my favorite part about making this game, I mean, it's not even fully finished yet. Like, the characters itself are like one third of the project. There's two more thirds of the project that I might get into. Let's see. Probably the idea of coming up with new abilities, like new moves, because there's some really, really new upcoming moves that just feel so much funner to use. And what encouraged us to make it. So what encouraged us to make it? I always wanted to make a UCN mod. Like, I think that was already evident enough with the canceled Five Nights at Candy's World game or project. But I always wanted to do stuff related to FNaF World because I thought it was like like not really overhated, more like not as loved. And then yeah, there was a UCN mod, Candy's Custom Night. But when it came to this project, it was I wanted to see an official like adaptation, but I didn't want. But at the same time, I don't think it would have happened anyways. So, I think out of all of the other fan games that I've seen related to FNaF World, this is probably the closest iteration of an official FNaF World update 3 would be, that we would ever get ever. And even when I played it, it just felt real. It felt like it was an actual update. It does look very vanilla. That's the plan. That was the entire goal. Was to make it feel as familiar to the gameplay, but also adding on to it. Like there will be, so I'll say this. There'll be extra enemies that you can see. There's going to be a new environment, a brand new environment that you have not seen. It's hard to explain because we haven't really started working on this new environment fully yet. We already have an idea of what we want the quote-unquote final boss to be. I don't know. I mean, it's taking it's essentially taking the original MFA for FNaF World, but we're just adding on to it to feel like fresh, making it feel like an actual update rather than a game per se. Because that was the original intention, was we just mod it in and make it feel like it's a brand new game, like a brand new update that Scott would have released. That would have been the entire idea. So bug fixes I don't think would be 100% possible. But if we could figure out some of the bugs, we might be able to weed all of them out. Because that's literally all I can say. Like, I don't think we'll be able to weed out all the bugs. It's like 4 p.m. for me. It's been 20 minutes. I might show something off in a little bit. Probably another screenshot. Will there be new areas behind coded area? No. I don't think we're gonna do that. We might try something else for that though. But the code areas now, like that was already done and over with as soon as you got into like essentially the last area. What is your favorite project what is your favorite character in the project? Character. That's actually a hard one. So far, I think Afton might be my favorite. Because Afton, I think I sat down and put so much love into, like, this new... It's not really new, it's kind of similar, but it's a much better version of an older ability that you No. But at the same time, Ennard might be another good one. Afton is Scrap Trap, yes. Scrap Trap is Afton, yes, is what I mean. No, it's not Spring Locks. It's not related to the Spring Lock ability. I guess I could say it's fine. It's a new Unscrew. It's a brand new Unscrew. But this Unscrew, I think, is in a way better than Unscrew 2. This Unscrew, you are at least guaranteed to kill an enemy. Which, he is the only character so far that has this ability. The only character to have it. Actually, like I said, there's quite a bit of new abilities, and I think you'll love seeing them whenever I can show them off, which I might show it off actually. You know, I'm feeling generous. Let's show off another. I don't know why I was moving the mic slider. Okay, thanks, mic slider. So you've already seen this one. Let's see. Yeah, sure. I could show this one. Here's another one. You have Music Man. Damn, I wish Matt. The numbers. You mean the numbers in the corner? I mean, the numbers in the corner, that's always been there. That is the health bar. I'm trying not to show off too much, but I want to show off some of like the things that I feel I can show off without spoiling like the exciting parts, or at least what I find exciting. You know, I'm generous. I'm very generous. You don't just get one extra. I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one. Trust me, it's hard to not want to show these off. You have the rock stars. What's more to say? You have the rock stars. You have the rock stars. I mean, it was kind of happening. Yes, the rock stars will be in the game. I don't. Okay. Before someone asks me this question ever, are there going to be new minions? No, I don't think so. The Rockstars, I mean, we're going to obviously be in it, though. But are there going to be new minions like the Reaper or UFO? No, not really, but there is, I think, there's going to be a method that you can make them better. Essentially an upgrade station. But I can't dive too much into that because we don't 100% know, like, what we're going to do with it yet. So you won't get anything new like that, but you can make your stuff better. Hey, what's up, Matt? I'm trying to think what could I share? What could I share that's not like super spoilery? Oh, I forgot something. There we go. But yeah, no, it's new upgrades. Oh god, this fucking track again. There we go. Something nice and fun. I have no idea what else to talk to. I'm just waiting for questions at this point. Could look at Twitter, see if people explode on Twitter because of the cool stuff that's being shown. Also, huge congrats to Alpine for making for doing this charity stream. That was actually kind of why I was so happy to add stuff. Will there be a new neon wall? No. Unfortunately, there's not going to be a new neon wall. I mean, I don't really see a reason to have another one. Because the neon, I think Neon Wall 2 is the last one that we got. But other than that, there's not really too much you could do with Neon Wall. Stuff like unscrew and escape key you could probably do a lot with. There a planned release date? No, there isn't. I could give you an estimated guess, but I wouldn't take it to consideration. I'd hold it with a grain of salt. So I could give you an estimate. Would be probably next year, if we're lucky, sometime early this year. But I'd say next year. Next year is more of a higher possibility. Not really. Not really. FNaF World. I mean, it took me like a few days to do Candy's Custom Night, but at the same time, it was more of a huge modification of UCN. So really, it didn't. That's why it didn't take very long. What do you think the hardest part? What do you think is / will be the hardest part about this project? Like, you mean gameplay wise or development wise? Gameplay wise, I could give you maybe trying to find a way to development. I mean, the only hard part about it for me is I don't have a huge, I'm not really huge on the development side, unfortunately. Like, I came up with ideas. My buddy Bon, since he has Click Team, he's been able to help me out with that. The only reason why CCN had been developed by me in particular was I had a older version of Click Team. I wouldn't use that version of Click Team now, specifically because there was issues with it compared to Click Team on Steam. I've been trying to wait for Steam to do a good discount, and I need to get paid more anyways to make it happen. So I think that's the hardest part of development, is not being able to do anything for it, because I really want to. There's so much I really want to do with it, but I can't because of that limitation. Is there going to be a segment kind of like Henry's death scene / babies reveal in the game? No. No, there isn't. I'm sorry to break your heart, but no, there isn't. So honestly, though, for development purposes, I'd say thank Bon. Bon has been a huge help. if you watch the sister location fun time characters video, there is an attack that's called Bonbon. Or it's called Bonbon Toss, but it's essentially Bonbon Go Get 'em type of situation. Where Funtime Freddy does shoot Bonbon off his arm. So I think that's a nice little attention to detail right there, if that tickles your fancy. Feel free to ask like questions about like the project itself, like if you guys want to know if there's like going to be specific characters. Like I can probably confirm a few right now if you want. I could definitely deconfirm security breach, because security breach just wouldn't make sense in the concept, to be fair. That, and I don't really like security breach. How long did development start? I believe early this year. I don't remember. I'd have to check. Are there going to be original characters there? I have no idea, actually. We might get original enemies, but original characters, like original playable characters, no. Probably not. But how long development start? I'd have to check my messages with Bonbon. Because it's been like what? It felt like years, but it hasn't actually been years. It's been like a few months now. Let me see. I'm trying to find it right quick. I'm being messaged. Actually, speaking of which, I'm being messaged by Bonbon. I'm trying to remember, when did we start working on this? I think development fully started on before the 30th of March. Oh, you mean are all of the original characters going to be there from what's it called? FNaF 1 through 6. Yeah, no, from FNaF 1 through 6, yes. Anybody after that? No. There are some characters that you will see from the books, maybe. I don't know. You'll have to just wait and see. It could be books, it could be hoax, it could be anything. But yeah, it has been a few months. It's been what, 4? About 4 months? Yeah, we've been killing it with it. So far, all of the characters are pretty much done and programmed properly. It's the fact that we just have to do the rest. And when I mean by rest, I mean we gotta get this new location, and that's gonna be a hassle. It shouldn't be too bad, honestly. If everything goes smoothly, we might be able to get it done this year, next year, most likely. Yo, what's up? Welcome to FNaF World Update 3 Q&A. Ask me anything. Ask me whatever you want related to FNaF World Update 3. See, you know, I want to show one more thing. I'm not gonna lie. I want to show off the salvaged characters. I really do. So here's a picture of El Chip being in a fight, if that makes sense. It's not really spoiling everything, because really it's only characters that are being shown. I'd be worried if it was the environment. The arrows, that was already in the game, mate. That was, I think that's Party Poppers or something like that. I don't remember what it was. I believe, yeah, I think they were a specific ability. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Like I said, this is just an MFA, like, modification. This isn't really, like, starting from the ground up or anything. It's taking what we have from FNaF World, but expanding upon it. So most of the things is literally just FNaF World, which means your current FNaF World save, if you play this build, you'll most likely be playing with your original FNaF World saves. We're just expanding upon it where you can get, like, unique characters. And personally, I think an update like this, to make it feel as authentic as FNaF World, I'd love to see Daka play it, like, in all honesty. Because this would be extremely, like, an extreme fun, like, playthrough to watch. Pretty much him just going from the beginning of FNaF World to, like, going into Update 3 content, and him beating Update 3 content would be, like, extremely, extremely amazing to see. Because I'd love to see, like, quite a bit of people play it. Because it's cool. It's cool. It's FNaF World. Who doesn't like FNaF World? If you don't like FNaF World, we're gonna fight. I mean, if you guys can, honestly, go for it. Go for it. I know I would like to see Daka play it. 8-Bit Ryan is like a stretch, but but seeing him play it would be pretty cool as well. And maybe even, I'm not gonna lie, even Fusion. I'd like to see Fusion play it. I'm not huge on his content, but I'd be willing to watch it because it's cool. I like seeing people enjoy stuff that people make. So I might because Razbowski follows me, so I might ask him, see if he would play in the future. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah. Still waiting for some noteworthy questions. Come on, guys. I've given you like plenty of first looks at certain characters. I'm pretty sure some more questions would arise on what you would want to see, or what you're curious on what would happen or what would be in it. True. Will there be more or less boss fights? By boss fights, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean by more or less? Do you mean like, will there be more boss fights compared to the original FNaF World, or do you mean there'll be less through this update? Because there's not a lot of boss fights in the update itself. Oh, you mean like... boss fights in the water zone, for example. You mean like random secret boss fights? Maybe. We haven't really thought that, like, we haven't thought that far ahead, to be fair. Like, we're just trying to get, like, the idea of the environment down first. We gotta, like, do all the other stuff. But secret bosses wouldn't hurt to add. I mean, there will be, obviously, secret bosses that lead to other endings, of course, but... In terms of secret like bosses that just give you like XP and such, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, a question's a question, mate. You don't have to be jealous or upset if I say one way. I'm not mad. I'm just happy there's questions. I won't lie, I can be a very, like, boring person to be around. Will there be different music for the background? For fights? Maybe boss fight-wise, sure. And maybe for the new environment, there'll definitely be, like, unique music. Will there be a mobile version? No. I'm just gonna say that now. No mobile version. As much as cool as that would sound, it would be too much of a hassle to do. And there really wouldn't be a bother to do it right now. Doesn't mean we won't 100% mark it out in the future if we see a desire for people wanting it. But right now it's not like the main priority. But in terms of background music, most likely there will be some new tracks. Well, I would need to find someone who would be willing to do it as well. And at least keep the style of FNaF World. Stream's been going on for almost 50 minutes. Passing up time now. Twitter is so interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm extremely boring to like, I'm just boring normally, I'm not gonna lie. Unless, like, I have, like, a conversation to talk about. So, normally streams that I do are, like, boring in general. I don't normally often do Q&As and such. I usually just play games like Dark Deception or something. But I was like, sure, we can go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and put up some of the screenshots that I shared. Is there a possibility of a secret zone? A secret zone. Secret characters and secret zones. Not really secret zone? Not really secret characters. Secret zones. We'll see. That one we'll see. Do you know if there will be kind of like an early access? We'll see. I mean, betas, yes. I mean, I have testers for that, but an early access build, maybe a little bit closer to release. I might send like content creators, early versions maybe. Which means you guys gotta get on that grind on getting Dako to be like, oh yeah, this would be kind of cool to see. But that really depends on the support people can give. So beta, like early access, is possible, but I don't think it would be a public early access build. It would be content creator access builds. And unfortunately, nothing more than that. I wouldn't be against it, but like I said, it would be weird because it would essentially quote unquote be the final release anyways if I was to do an early access. So I think making an early access a content creator build only would make more sense, since you can watch their like playthrough and see if it's something that you would want to be invested in. I think most games should like consider doing that in general anyways. And I do know a few games do that, but like that just depends on the developers as well. But we'll see. When the project is finished, do you plan to showcasing gameplay? I mean, there was some gameplay shown. There was gameplay that was shown, but that was the gameplay that you saw on the charity stream. That was like the highest amount of gameplay people have seen. And then you have the Nightmare Mangle one, which surprisingly didn't get shown when I gave them permission to do so, especially with the original goal not being hit. Because I was gonna make some I was gonna be nice enough to be like, yeah, here, you can still do this if you really want to. Didn't happen, so I just shared it on my own. I didn't see a reason why to gatekeep that. The last one I'm gatekeeping a little bit. And I already gave my terms, like, on GameJolt and Twitter, so if either one of the terms can get met, then I'll show it, like, publicly. But that also depends if I'm in a good mood and I show it early, without needing that, without people needing to do that. I don't know, you might get to see it here, maybe. That, or I could just send it to like Rezbowski or something and be like, shh, don't say anything. Just make sure he has a hush hush on it. I think that would be evil. That would be extremely cruel. They never knew. They never knew. Yo, what's up? Appreciate you for subscribing. I really need to change that, I'm not gonna lie. What about different moves for some of them? I don't think we'll do... I mean, we'll have new moves, obviously, for the characters, but different game modes and such, no. I don't think we'll do that. That all depends, we'll see. I think a randomizer mode would make a little bit more sense, where if you have that selected, it's just your characters that you go in are random. Like, maybe we'll do that, but it's not likely. I love FNaF World music. Wait, what even is Nuzlocke? Is that from FNaF World Refresh or something? Because I vaguely know what's in it. I think I watched a little bit of it from Daka. Other than that, I don't know too much about it. It's just, it happens to be one of the projects that I haven't really paid too much attention for. Actually, most of FNaF I haven't really paid too much attention for either anyways. It's mostly because just the interest of FNaF in general has been pretty low. But then again, I'm working with Bonbon on a FNaF World project, so I mean, I can't really say I 100% hate it. Speaking of FNaF World music, if anybody knows anyone who can do good like FNaF or FNaF World music, please let me know, because I might consider like getting in contact with them, make FNaF World music. Because I already have an idea of what this new area is and like what type of vibe to get it. Been yawning, jeez. Yeah, it's been a full hour. Why does this go a lot better than half the other Q&As that I even attempt to do? Because at least there's questions, and it's like the other ones are like, no questions for you, no people for you. Your content's terrible, boo-hoo. But then I come to FNaF World Update 3, and it's like, oh wait, where have all of you guys been all my life? Yeah, the 1 hour stream mark, let's go, woo woo. Unfortunately, it's nothing like too serious. There's been quite a few people that also got me to want to like actually make it. Because it's not even that. It's not just that. Hey. That's cool. I'm probably one of, like, more or less one of the more interactive type of people who interacts with, like, the people in chat as much as possible. I'd rather people be, like, appreciated and known than just skimming over. The only time I skim over is if you say something extremely weird or wrong, and I have to condemn you for it. Or if I'm distracted. Because I get distracted really easily. like really easily. Bum, 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 bum. Well, you know what? Here's my question. I'm curious from everyone here who is in the stream, in chat right now. Are you guys excited for Spikes Ahoy? I'm very curious. That's like the biggest question I do want to ask everyone is if everyone's excited for Spikes Ahoy. You never heard of Spikes Ahoy? Bro, you were out of the loop. Essentially, it's another game that I kinda helped with. Like, in the planning phase, more or less. Because I was talking with Little Jet, who is quite literally my best friend on, like, online right now. Really, really nice guy. We were trying, because he wanted to make a FNaF fan game for the longest time, and he didn't know, like, I guess he was trying to do more like a FNaF 1-esque style until, like, we were talking, and then I was like, why didn't you just make the reptile, or, so, funny enough, it used to be a crocodile, but then we were like, maybe if your establishment is in Florida, you can make it an alligator instead. And I gave the suggestion to make Spike pirate themed. And then I think after that, after my suggestion, he was all like, he went all out with making the entire game pirate themed. And I'm very happy about that because, one, you don't ever see like a pirate FNaF fan game anymore. Actually, if at all. Yeah, Spikes Ahoy is like this. It's kind of hard for me to explain. I think you'd have to talk to Little Jet himself because he is very passionate for it. Like, he's extremely passionate. I can't say I'm super passionate for it, but I love how the project is going. I'm happy with his success for it. Like, very happy. It's not my personal project, so I can't really sit down and be like as excited as he is. But I am happy for him that he's getting the attention that he deserves. And Spikes Ahoy is pretty much his debut of being a FNaF fan game developer. So I'd say go to Game Jolt, check it out. See if it's something that piques your interest. Because I'm pretty sure I know a few people who are very, very, very excited for it. Unfortunately, no Spikes Ahoy references. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe there'll be an alligator in the water. As like a tribute, an alligator with a pirate hat. That would be kind of stupid, actually. It'd be stupid, but it'd be funny. How long have I been helping developing it for? For Spikes Ahoy or for FNaF World? Spikes Ahoy, I think I was definitely there since the beginning. Okay, so I guess I could talk about Spikes Ahoy first. Spikes Ahoy, I've been there for the beginning, but I didn't have too much like passion for it because, like I said, it's not my project. So kind of hard for me to answer like that. But for FNaF World, anytime I'm able to like do anything, it's since the beginning of that as well. Because I was the one that came up with some of the ideas that I felt would work really well for a FNaF World update as well. And some of it I'm kind of glad we are like sticking with, because some of it actually does work. Because it's something that you would expect Scott to do eventually. And I think that's what makes this project like more authentic to me. And why I probably prefer it maybe a little bit more than Candy's Custom Night, only because I don't own the IP of Candy's. Like I don't own the like the name of Candy's. That's all Emil. So I don't know if Emil knows anything about Candy's Custom Night. I kind of hope he doesn't, because it's an absolute nightmare and a shit show of a project. It's probably my least favorite project I've worked on. Which is why I never ever talk about it anymore. But working on FNaF World, sure, it's not really a project that I can 100% sit down and hold near and dear like that, but in a way I kind of can, because while it looks official, it's more or less like our interpretation of it on what we felt FNaF World Update 3 would probably be like, without like it being official. And I think that's the coolest part about working on it. Is it felt surreal. Yo, welcome back. You missed all the delicious questions that I was answering. They were so delicious that I gobbled them up. That's fine, it'll turn into a VOD anyways, so you'll most likely be able to see it if you rewatch it. But if you have a question, you can definitely send it and I can try to answer it. Are there going to be cutscenes? I don't... I don't know. Well, you'll have to see. That's all I can say is I'm a pull of Vince Livings right now. You'll see. That's the cringiest thing I've ever said. Will there be Michael Purple Guy in it? The version of Michael possessed by Ennard. Well, unfortunately, in the pack there isn't one of Michael. So, unfortunately, no. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. If there is a Michael Afton one that he made, that would have been a little bit more possible. But most likely not going to happen, unfortunately. Let's check out Game Jolt. I'm kind of sad. How is Candy's Custom Night getting so much love, and yet me offering, saying that I'm doing FNaF World Update 3 isn't doing well at all? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's bizarre. No way, bro. I'm not actually sad. It's me being metaphorical. I was being kind of sarcastic. It's just sad because, like, you guys are liking a patch more than, like, official updates. I mean, that's cool. That's nice. I can't feel the same, unfortunately. Oh, are you talking about Candy's Custom Night? Or the FNaF World? Sorry, I'm zoning out. I'm becoming brain dead for some reason. Oh yeah, FNaF World Update 3, like I said, it's going to be my favorite project that I got to work on with a friend. So I can't really take all of the credit, but it's probably going to be my favorite project. It most likely is my favorite project, actually. The other projects that I worked on are mostly Unreal Engine related. Are you going to be making any new chips? I don't remember, actually. I need to check if there is. I don't think there is, but I'll have to double check. What is your favorite FNaF game? FNaF game, my favorite official entry in FNaF. Is it for the main line or spin-offs included? Because if spin-offs included, then T-Jock. But if we're going for main line, FNaF 4. Okay, then yeah, T-Jock. T-Jock is quite literally my favorite. Not only because I worked on the logo for it, it's because it quite literally is my favorite game. T-Jock. The Joy of Creation. The Joy of Creation is T-Jock. It's TJOC, essentially. But, yeah. Out of all of the FNaF projects, though, that isn't mine, quote unquote, T-Jock definitely is one of the best. But the ones that I can consider kind of like mine would be would be this. Oh, T-Jock Reborn? T-Jock Ruins. This isn't Security Breach. Oh, yeah. That's right. Speaking of Reborn, Reborn is coming back. Just not the same way as people would expect. I don't know if anyone knows, but Ignited Springtrap's not going to be in the game. What's funny is when I look at the stuff related to T-Jock, like, I have an idea of what Nixon is doing with the game. So seeing questions like, is Ignited Springtrap coming? Is Classic coming back? Is Scott still in it? I like how people are saying Scott is still in it when that's not even clearly the case. It's so funny to me. I'm like screaming in my head like, no, he's not! He's not back! The story has changed! You people don't understand it! Not yet anyways. Wait until the game releases. Yeah, no, Scott's not in the new story. People keep thinking Golden Freddy is probably going to be in it, but Golden Freddy is not going to be in it either. There's quite a bit of things that were in the original T-Jock that aren't going to be in the new one. But from what I've seen, kind of makes sense. I'll be back, he says. No, he's not coming back. No, he's not in the story anymore, unfortunately. Anyways, that's enough. That's enough of my talk about T-Jock. FNaF World Update 3! Epic stuff coming. Let's see. What can I share that's not spoilery? What can I say? Gorgeous. I mean, this is essentially more like a still version of a teaser. Yes, the fun times. I had to add them. We had to add them into the game. It wouldn't have been right. Honestly, part of me wants to retract back the statement that I made and remove the terms and let people and just drop, just shadow drop the teaser. All the characters are going to be obtainable normally in a way, except for maybe the salvage and Nightmare Mangle. Nightmare Mangle you get from the Halloween area. The salvage you'll still get from the main area. You'll have to still fight them, obviously, but there is something unique about the idea of how you get them. which isn't the same. I won't like venture off and like explaining what that is. You'll have to see that one for yourself. No, not really. Actually, getting the characters might not be as hard as you think. It might be a nightmare trying to like get a character to show up if you have too many characters as is. I think that's the only problem that people will encounter. But that might be fixed. So I mean, I don't mind the grind personally. Like, that's actually the pretty fun part about it. Is if you grind enough, you do end up getting that reward. And that reward can either suck or be worth it. Either which way, it's a reward for your efforts. So really, I don't see a problem with the grinding. Nightmare Mangle, however, will be a pain. You left FNaF World grinding overnight. Fair enough. Honestly, fair enough. Also, what's up? Oh, that's kind of unfortunate, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real, the new characters can kind of overshadow the older ones. Like, almost easily. There will be... Super Boss... I said something about it earlier, but Super Bosses, kinda, yes. There'll be unique bosses. First party team is 550 health and above. FNaF Foxy is 570. The new characters have like tons of health as well. Will there be separate paths and separate endings? Yes, actually, there will be. That one I can confirm. Like, it's non-negotiable. There's going to be separate paths. If you think about it anyways, there's already separate paths in the game that give you separate endings to begin with. I don't know how... Because the thing is, we're adding a new area, but that new area is optional, essentially. Because you could still fight Scott. Will there be a Anim Dude reappearance? Probably not. Probably not, but you'll still be able to fight him anyways in hard mode. My Reaper killed Spring Bonnie as soon as the fight started. Which version of Reaper were you using? Because if you were using X Reaper, that's why. X Reaper insta kills like extremely quickly. X Reaper is really good. Like, I mean, dangerously good. I never go home without that Reaper. Small, I mean, Small can insta-kill, but Small doesn't have a high chance of insta-killing fast enough. Are the designs confirmed, or are they going to change? They're probably going to stay the same. Both are equipped. Yeah, if you have both, I'm pretty sure that the X Reaper killed it. Feel good. Oh, what? Feel like a good way to show Spikes Ahoy is to put him mast a mast out of the water. You mean a mask? I don't think we'll do a mask. Like I said, we might just secretly stick him into the water, like outside of the area. No, we probably won't do the pirate ship stuff. We'll probably just the funniest thing I could think of is just sticking an alligator with a pirate hat in the water. And just call that Spikes Ahoy Easter egg. But we'll see. It's not really cheating if you use Halloween edition to beat Scott. Like, it's intended for you to, like, get it from the beginning of the game anyways, so. Would there be an expansion to the circus, and can the new area be accessed by the circus? Being accessed by the circus... That's the question that even I have. We don't know where we're gonna have, like, the secret area, or where we're gonna have the area be expanded from. At this point, it'll probably be anywhere. My guess would be we would stick it either in the graveyard or somewhere in the mines, but we'll see. That just gives you an idea of, like, what the next area will probably be like. The mines is pretty underused, so I'd love to see it there. I thought about it. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it is. We'll see where it goes. Actually, the graveyard's also fairly underused. I wouldn't really say the mine was underused, to be fair, either. I only have half of Halloween, but they are about level 40 each. Can I beat the rainbow? I mean, I've never actually beaten Chica's Magic Rainbow, like, in the game ever. I don't even think I've done the actual fight. So, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure you might have a higher chance of doing it with characters with Fourth Wall or Unscrew or something like that. Because Unscrew insta-kills. But I say the mines in the graveyard because the new area is essentially going to give off vibes of both to an extent. It's not going to be entirely like them, but it's going to feel like both of them combined together. If that makes sense. I'm gonna be completely real, mate. To get Nightmare Mangle, you have to at least beat that. Like, you're gonna have to beat Chica's Magic Rainbow once. Okay, sorry for guessing, but is it? No. It will not be related to any particular game. Actually, you have to go look at a Reaper. Maybe. Slasher's another good one, yeah. But is it going to be a factory? It wouldn't. No, not really sister location. And it's not gonna be FNaF 6 either. The closest thing I can give you, and it's not even really too related to it, is it's not too related, but it's maybe think of Curse of Dreadbear, like the end screen in a way when you die or something. Yeah, nice. How much health does Rainbow have? I told you I've never fought them, so I have no idea. I have like no clue. But that area, I don't really want to say what it is. So we'll just say it'll look like the game over screen for Curse of Dreadbear. It'll at least have a similar vibe, if that makes sense. I don't think it will be, but it will have a similar vibe. I'll probably end the stream at 2 hours, but we'll see. So if you have questions, send them my way, and I will try to answer them. Will there be FNaF VR characters? Oh boy. I'm gonna be completely real. I want there to be FNaF VR characters, but VR characters are unfortunately not happening. As much as I want them. I really want Grim Foxy to be added, but I don't think it'll be added anytime soon. Maybe in the future if we feel like updating it more, but as of right now, no VR characters. I'm not fourth walling her 50 times. She has 500k. I mean, I have a character that does like different abilities, like fourth wall, slasher, hell, even unscrew and such. At that point, you might want to have Nightmare Foxy in your team for unscrew support, and then have like Funtime Foxy for what's it called, health, or not health, but gift boxes. Yeah, and Grim Foxy would have been so cool to see. 400 health with Happy Jam 2. That's not bad. I never actually used Threadbare. What is your favorite zone or character set in the game? If we're talking about FNaF World, remember we don't have any. We don't have anything. We don't have much about the new area. But if we're talking about base game FNaF World, then I'd say the Graveyard. But my favorite character in normal FNaF World would be Nightmare Foxy. Nightmare Foxy or Nightmarion. I say Nightmarion because Nightmarion actually is fun to use. Fourth wall is so, it's so good. Nightmarion has 600 health. Nightmarion is a really fucking good dude. Like, he is one of the best characters in the game. He isn't the best character, but he is one of the best characters. Ooh, actually, Jacko Bombs might be really good, if you think about it. Because Jacko Bombs is really good. So maybe I'd say have someone on your team with Jacko Bombs and hope for the best. Any tip for getting Scott? I'm gonna be completely real. I don't like doing the Halloween mini games. So if I wanted to get Scott, my personal opinion would be just cheat your way to get him at that point, because getting some of the characters, because if I'm not mistaken, Scott you have to get from Chica's Magic Rainbow, so I don't think anybody would shame you for using cheats to get Scott or any character from Chica's Magic Rainbow. Yeah, then at that point, just go into Notepad and just like input a cheat in for it. Like, there's no point of like wasting 3 hours just to play like Scott, just to get Scott. It's not really worth it. Oh, 100-minute mark, dope. Learning how to get into that isn't too hard. I think at that point it's for the best. Honestly, if you think a character's too hard, there's nothing really wrong with cheating the system a little bit if you need it. Because some of the characters, like, in terms of obtaining, are extreme bullshit. Like the ones with Chica's Magic Rainbow. Actually, I have Jacobani has bombs and slasher, but I know Chica. Is there going to be any upgrades or buffs to previous boss characters? Probably not. Probably not, unless people really want to see some characters get better, be better. Or if they want to see bosses like being a lot stronger. Other than that, I don't really see it like a reason to make them better. Especially if you have like update 3 characters in general that are made to be far better than update 2. Should make another 4th wall. The Fourth Wall 2 would be freaking, like, insane, bro. I wouldn't cheat, like, fully. I'd say only cheat to get characters that you can't get, or that you know you can't get, like characters from Chica's Magic Rainbow or something like that. Notepad is not leading. Are there going to be more effects in this update? I don't think there will be. I don't think there's any. We'll see. Effects wise, we'll see. Is there going to be new trophies? And if there are, will they be any? Will any of them be like the fan? I don't think we'll make any new trophy character, like trophies in game. Yo, what's up, man? No, there won't be any trophies in like in-game trophies. Will there be hoaxes? No. Hoaxes, no. But back to the trophy question. I'd say expect Game Jolt achievements instead. It won't be for everything, but it's just a Game Jolt achievements. Like, there's nothing really special about it other than that. It's just for Update 3 though. So any like achievements you can get from Update 2 aren't possible. Yes, no Nightmare Mango, no Nightmare JJ. I mean, I'm sorry to break your heart on that. It just wouldn't make sense because she's not an actual character in existence. What do you think the hardest boss battle is? Hardest boss battle. I have no idea, actually. I haven't played FNaF World properly in, like, the longest time, so I couldn't tell you who I feel the hardest boss fight would be. Bruh. Yeah, bruh. No JJ. Is there going to be XOR from UCN? No? I thought XOR was already in the game. Not as a playable character, but like as like somebody that existed. Unless I'm going crazy and thinking about DD. Is there a Nightmare Cupcake? I mean, there's a Nightmare Cupcake on Nightmare Chica, if that makes sense. No hoaxes, no play. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, mate. If we were to add skins, which is not going to happen most likely, we would have done it for Nightmare Balloon Boy, but since it's not possible or not gonna happen, I don't see a reason for it. You will see some characters that weren't in games, if that like piques your interest. Mandela effect. It is a Mandela effect. I could have swore I thought XOR was in FNaF World, but I might just be going crazy. Notepad's not working. I'd say look up a tutorial on how to open a save file from ClickTeam on Notepad. If it's a little difficult for you. I'm not trying to say that to sound mean, I'm just saying it might be better to get a tutorial on that than me giving a tutorial, because I am shit at it. Ross, by the way, we know you'll play FNaF World Update 3. You don't have to lie to yourself. I promise you it will be great. I mean, I don't really know you so well like that, but I do see you talk about it on Twitter, so I mean, that, and you also DM'd me randomly, I think during the middle of the day or something like that. I'd have to double check. What time did you DM me this? Oh, you DM'd this to me, like, I must have been asleep when you sent that, when you sent the FNaF World Refresh live stream to me. I must have been dead tired. I adore FNaF World, so I like checking fan games out. I mean, yeah. I mean, Update 3 might just feel like the most faithful, because that, I think it being the most faithful is kind of the goal. We want it to at least feel like something Scott would do. Will there be arcade-centered lore drops? Like, no, there won't. What is your least favorite part about making the update? Not being able to do anything at all. That is my least favorite part about it. Because I don't have ClickTeam on Steam, so it's like a pain in the ass to like do anything. That's literally the main core and problem of it. So I have to resort to doing other things like UE, like Unreal Engine. I'm sorry, but there's secretly no new features. Why is it $100? No clue. Why don't you ask that to ClickTeam? ClickTeam is completely weird about their pricing. Oh, hey, Bonpon. You don't have ClickTeam. You don't know the definition of pain. I know the definition of pain. It's the fact that I can't do anything. Sure, we'll just say it's more characters, quote unquote. No, there is going to be some new stuff to it. It's not going to be a lot of new features, but there will be some new stuff to it. One of the main ones being, one, they get new moves for the new characters. So hopefully that counts. A spot in ClickTeam. Not really. I'm gonna be real. I'm not the hugest fan of using Click Team only because of its limitations. I kind of prefer Unreal Engine because, one, I don't have too much limitations on what I can and can't do. So, I think in terms of game engines that I prefer, I think Unreal would be like the one I'd go to more. I know more programming like through ClickTeam though, because ClickTeam is just easier to learn. It's like extremely easy to learn. Is there going to be a new section to the corrupt areas? Into the duck. Oh, you're talking about the glitch. You're talking about the glitch area, right? The inverted, like, fuckity wuckity glitched area? I don't know. We might do it. That's a big maybe. That all depends. We probably won't, but that depends. We'll see. I mean, we might end up making the new area have harder enemies in general. But I wouldn't be against adding, like, an area specifically for glitched, area, enemies. Actually, I'd be more than willing to add it. Is there going to be merch in the future? May, don't think of this as an official game. It's not. Wait, what? By merch, what do you mean? Because I can't really do merch based off FNaF. Legally, anyways. If we're talking about, like, merch based off of my stuff, then maybe. It'd have to be original stuff, unfortunately. It can't really be FNaF or Dark Deception related, since those are owned by other people. I'd have to officially have, like, a license to do stuff like that, which I don't, unfortunately. I'm not Dawko. I'm sorry to tell you this. Trust me, I would love to see, like, cool stuff related to like FNaF World characters, but the FNaF multiverse thing, I'm gonna be real, man. I don't think I'm gonna continue with FNaF after this. FNaF just hasn't really been in a good place in my heart recently, so like it's kind of difficult for me to like enjoy things FNaF related. Because honestly, at this point, the only thing FNaF related that I'm more interested in is T-Jock, which that's in the Fazbear fanverse. Oh, you're talking about the fanverse. Me getting into the fanverse. Oh, that would be a wish, but that's only a wish. That's not like ever going to happen. And I don't think I would want to still continue with FNaF even then. Yeah, no, but I get what you mean now. You mean the fanverse. I mean, here's the thing. Even if Candy's Custom Night was offered to be in the fanverse by Emil or Scott, I would probably refuse. Because I don't like that project enough to want to add that in anyways. And besides, it's not really my project. If I want it to be in the fanverse for something, it would have to be something related to what I made and what I made alone. Will Candy be in Update 3? No. No. I wouldn't be against adding fanverse characters to it, but no. Yeah, the thing is, if I don't see a reason to accept going into the fanverse with a project that I don't have passion for, then I won't do it. If I was offered to make Update 3 an official project with Bonbon by Scott, himself, that has a higher chance of me accepting, but stuff like Candy's Custom Night has, 0 chance. You could add a secret boss, like Chipper, where Candy would be infuriated. His restaurant wasn't as good as Freddy's, so he wanted to fight you. No. That I hate to tell you this, but that is pretty shit of an idea. I'm not trying to sound mean or anything, but that's not great. That's not a good idea to do. If we were to add the fanverse, we'd just make it like an extra update. We'd probably do something similar to Halloween, like the Halloween area. What if they add Easter eggs of all the devs? By Easter eggs of all the devs, you mean all the fanverse devs? Like Nixon and Emil? Oh. If they had adventure style models. Oh, you mean everybody that helped? Really, it's only just 2 people. It's only just been 2 people working on this. Me and Bonbon. I mean, you'll have to wait and see. Actually, I'd kill to have Dako as a character. Eventually, maybe. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I can just imagine him, in his Doc Trap uniform. What is it called? Doc Trap? Glitch Trap? His Glitch Trap form? That'd be kind of sick. Or have him in a night guard uniform. Call him Michael. We gotta bring back Mechaplier, guys. But in terms of your question, we'll see. That is a we will see. No. No, I don't think there will be anything related to Desolate Hope. Actually, I wouldn't even consider coffee being the only thing similar to Desolate Hope, because the entire, like, fighting arena in the graveyard is part of Desolate Hope. Fun fact if you never knew that. So, no, there probably won't be anything related to Desolate Hope. Although, I did want to work on a Desolate Hope type game. Like, make maybe a remake or something. It would of course been an Unreal Engine remake. It wouldn't have been a Click Team remake, but it would have been kind of cool to do, but I don't see a reason to do it. Maybe in the future when I take Unreal Engine classes seriously. I think I've played Desolate Hope once and never touched it after that. I'm pretty sure it's more or less, I'm not, like, I like Scott's games, but it's not like something I can sit down and be, like, fascinated with. Because I don't really sit down and often play half of Scott's FNaF games either. Actually, I barely play a FNaF game anymore. When did you get interested in FNaF? Getting interested in FNaF. I got interested in FNaF because I saw Jacksepticeye playing it. Which, funny enough, that's also how I got introduced to Jacksepticeye as well. Was he was playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and I was like, sure, we'll see what this guy is all about and what this game is all about. And I've been a fan of both Jacksepticeye and FNaF since that. But as of recently, I just didn't have much enjoyment. It seems pretty hard, especially with its Majora's Mask's gameplay with you having a time limit. There's a time limit for Desolate Hope. I didn't even know there was a time limit for Desolate Hope. It might also be because, like I said, I don't play it much. I only played, like, it once. Yeah, I didn't pay much attention to the game. Which would have been bad if I decided to go through with making a Desolate Hope remake. Kind of glad I didn't now. I first found FNaF when I got bored on the school computer. I mean, the other thing that really got me like interest. Like the first time I actually heard of it was in middle school because I saw someone playing it on their phone, and I still wasn't really invested into the game. It wasn't like something I felt like I would have been invested in. But then I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll see what the hype was all about. Because it was still like a very big thing. This was like about 2015. It was about 2014, 2015 when I actually got interested in FNaF. It was definitely after FNaF 2 released. Because then I gave FNaF 2 a try and I was like, oh, it's not as bad. Grant me, at the time I was a scared little shit, so now I could just play games like T-Jock and not, like, piss myself. We've been going on for 2 hours. I guess I'll stay on until 2, like, for a few more minutes. If you still have any last minute questions for FNaF World Update 3, go ahead and send it now, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability before I have to end the stream. I could barely play Subnautica, but with getting jump scared by the Reaper. I love Subnautica. Like, I can't wait until the second game drops. Like, as soon as it drops, I'm instantly buying it. Unless it's like $70, then little scummy. But when it actually drops, like even in early access, I'm gonna buy it as soon as possible. It's quite literally one of my favorite horror games of all time, alongside Outlast. Future updates, like really big updates. A big update. You mean for FNaF World? If we're talking about FNaF World Update 3, that all depends if Update 3 does well in general. If it does well and I still have like appreciation and love for it, then yes, there'll probably be another update, which then it won't be called Update 4, it'll be called, or it won't be called Update 3 anymore, it'll be called Update 4. So we'll see. I know this isn't related to FNaF World, but will we ever make a Super Dark Deception fan game? Super Dark Deception fan game? Probably not. Mostly because Super Dark Deception was done on Unity. I don't use Unity. I don't know anything about Unity programming. So the chances of that happening are a lot more slim. Unless Bonbon wanted to do a Super Dark Deception fan game himself. That would be the only time I would consider. I don't really care too much for Super Dark Deception like that. I prefer the main like Dark Deception game and Monsters Immortals over Super Dark Deception. Don't get me wrong, Super Dark Deception's fun, but I wouldn't go out of my way to make a fan game for it. Oh yeah. Whenever I see a game I like, my mind instantly starts buzzing about a fan game I can make for it. But I certainly greatly enjoyed this stream. This stream's okay. It's definitely one of the better Q&A ones. Fresh, I don't know how good your computer is for Unreal Engine 5 games. If your computer could run an Unreal Engine 5 game at all. If it can, like, really, really well, I would recommend you look at a game called Rogue Deception. It's a game that I got to work on with a friend. It's a multiplayer DD game. DD fan game, I should say. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. That's, I think, the closest thing to a DD fan game that I worked on. Let alone a multiplayer game. There should be an update for it tomorrow. Grant me, it probably won't be on Game Jolt for a while, because it's currently at like 3 gigabytes, so... If you are in the Rogue Deception server, then you might be able to play it when it drops. Oh, Nixon posted. Let's see what Nixon put. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for him. I feel so sorry for him. Oh no. Why would you put in Bonzo Bonnie? No. Nixon, what kind of monster are you? I mean, you could play it now, or you could wait until the update actually happens. I think it would be best to wait for the update if you have the full game right now. And if you don't, I'd say grab it now, because it won't be 20 bucks at after it updates. It'll most likely end up being $40, so I'd say take the chance now to get it if you don't have like the full game owned. Normally I'd be sitting down playing a game, but I'm actually enjoying this stream, surprisingly. Oh, is that my boy, Cool Cat? Do you have any tips for streaming? Tips for streaming? I'd say just go for it. That's the best I can give you, because I don't often stream. I don't really like streaming unless like I'm really, really, really bored. That's quite literally the best I can think of. There is one thing I'm more surprised in all of my time being in FNaF is being followed by the FNaF fan game wiki, of all things. That is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually completely surprised that they haven't reached out to me, being like, asking me if I wanted FNaF World to be update 3 to be on there. So is this game being made in ClickTeam or another engine? What do you mean? Rogue Deception? Rogue Deception's being made in Unreal Engine 5. Or are you talking about Dark Deception's remake update? Because the DD update will be FNaF. FNaF World Update 3. FNaF World Update 3 is ClickTeam. Yeah, no, FNaF World Update 3 is ClickTeam, and it will stay ClickTeam. I'm trying to decide, should I show the last teaser and then just launch the Game Jolt page? I'm thinking about doing that. Tell you what, I have a idea. Okay. There is a poll now. Oh, this poll is in my way. I can't see chat. Oh, I like how it just goes on the screen. I can't see anything. If you haven't, please share the stream to friends and get them to vote if you really want this page and teaser. I'll just retract my statement if it goes through fully. wouldn't say you don't have friends. You at least have friends in real life, right? I hope you do. Because that would be very concerning if you didn't. I mean... I guess it's fair. You don't have... That's... Mate, you need to... I'm gonna be real, mate. You need to go out and make some friends. Like... It's probably better to do that. So that way you can have a bonding friendship. If you didn't have... I was about to say, if you didn't have friends, like, you might need to go find some. Like, it's important to at least have some people in your life. Half the time I think my friends feel like I'm a burden. I feel like a burden to all of them, unfortunately. Sadly, all of my friends who like FNaF are really weird. Mate, I'm gonna be completely real. Most FNaF fans in general are pretty weird. But you see that in almost any fandom, to be fair. There are some weird people. Trust me, the Dark Deception community has it, too. It has a lot of weird people. People who are obsessed with feet and farts and such. Undertale, I was never in that community, so I have no idea. I don't even like Undertale, to be honest. I don't really see the, like... I don't see the appeal of the game. I know, cancel me because I said I don't like Undertale. Okay, well... I know about Papyrus. Okay. I guess that means I got to show it. I wanted to gatekeep it, but apparently I can't. I would love to gatekeep it. All my friends who even play FNaF are just weird about it. I mean, like I said, that's literally almost every community. Like I said, the good example is Dark Deception with people being obsessed with farts. People are weird. Anyways. I'm trying to think, what could I do for this to make it work? Oh, actually, I have a perfect solution. Let me... This will probably be the last thing I show, and then I'm going to end stream. And by then, the Game Jolt page should be might end up being live. So if it's not live, then you'll have to give us a bit to finish some of the things for it. but it should be live by then. Oh, don't, no worries. Let's see. Are you guys okay with this size? Is this good? Is that a good size? Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and mute, and enjoy. And that was quite literally the end of the clip. I do hope you guys enjoyed that. Which would also lead to the last image that I can share. Good preview image. That one, I'm telling you, the salvage gameplay was the one I was looking extremely forward to, like, showing. I was looking extremely forward to sharing that one on the charity stream, but the goal didn't get hit, so I was gonna gatekeep it. I was just gonna hide it away in a locker and just never let it see the light of day again. But I'm generous, so I don't see an issue why I couldn't. Anyways, I guess that means I can end the stream. Thank you all for coming by, asking questions. It's been okay. It's been a fun stream. I'll probably post the Game Jolt page pretty soon. No problem. But until then, take care and